So the last lab in Module 5 for the A+ Core 2 is Lab 549, Configuring the Boot Order. So in this lab, we are going to go into the BIOS setting and kind of rearrange how we want the boot order to go. So the boot order of what typically we have is the fact that we would have a floppy drive, which is usually disabled, internal hard drive, then it goes on to CD, like a CD, DVD, and then finally a USB. But we want it to go to the HDD and then the NIC and then the USB. So we're gonna change the order of some of the BIOS. Now, in order to get in the BIOS, I'm going to power on the computer. And then once before Windows is actually starting up, while it's starting up before you completely have the Windows screen, you're going to hit either the delete or the F2 key to get into the BIOS. Once you're in the Windows setting, you have to restart because you have to do this before you get into that Windows setting. So I'm going to go ahead and push that button. I am going to push this F2 and notice this boot comes up. This is the BIOS. If you're not familiar with the BIOS, this is an interface for me to say what to do before the operating system takes over. Remember, your operating system is that interface between, the hardware and the software. I need to be able to configure how my operating system runs somehow. The BIOS is going to do that. Okay, so this is happening before the operating system is there. Okay, so over here on the left, I've got a bunch of different settings, but the one that I want is I want to look at the boot sequence setting, because remember, that's what I'm going to do. And the sequence is just, where do I look for an operating system first? And once it finds an operating system, it'll stop. Okay, so right now it's going to look on a floppy drive right now, and then it's going to look on the hard drive. It can't find it on the hard drive, it's going to go to the USB. If it can't find a USB, it'll go to a CD. Do you see how I'm saying? Okay, so we want to change that. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to uncheck the diskette drive. We're not using that at all, which kind of makes sense. Most computers nowadays don't even have that. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so I have the internal HDD as the first one. I need to take the CD drive and move it up. So I'm going to highlight the CD drive and push the up arrow, and it changes the position in the order. So it's going to start at the top and work its way down until it finds one. The second thing it wants to do is the NIC. So I'm going to move the USB. I'm going to click the USB. I'm going to click the down arrow, or you can click the NIC and move it up. Doesn't matter. We just need to make sure that in the end, your order is HDD, CD, onboard NIC, and then USB. We are going to click apply for those changes to save, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on exit. When you click on exit and get out of that BIOS, it should go ahead and automatically update your Windows and go ahead and start your operating system. I'm going to go ahead and check my answers. Here's my details. I changed my boot order, and changing your boot order is just as easy as that. And you might want to change your boot order if you are like installing an operating system, or if you want to start a different operating system than what's installed on, say, your hard drive. But that's the end for Module 5. That's all the labs. Good luck.